Hey everyone, this is Ben. In this video, I'll show you how to animate elements in a Vue app using style binding and CSS transitions. Let's get started. First, let's create a Vue app on StackBlitz. Here I select Vite and create a new Vue app. Okay, just a simple Vue app. Go to the source and app.vue. Let me remove the default source code. Okay. Here I create a h1 tag. And let me disable vertical centering. Alright, let's animate the font size of this. Let's create an input field where we can adjust the font size. Add the v-model directive to establish two-way data binding. And here we need to import the ref function from Vue, which will allow us to create a reactive variable to hold the font size value. Now create const my font size using ref and initializing it with a default value. Alright, now we have our font size input ready to use. Now let's use this to animate the font size of this. Alright, now we need to use Vue style binding. Let's take a look at the documentation. We can switch between composition and options. Currently I'm using composition. Here in binding inline styles, here you can see the example. We simply need to use :style and add the desired CSS properties and values. :style and curly braces. And here we can add any CSS properties. But in the :style, we can't use font -size, which called kebab case, and we must use camel case. Just remove the dash and capitalizing the first letter of each word, then a colon, and put the value within backticks. Now let's use this for the value. A $sign followed by curly braces enclosing the variable. Alright, now we have a dynamic font size. Now let's add animation to the font size. Actually, now we just need CSS transitions. Actually, CSS transitions enable smooth animation of CSS properties when they are changed. Just add transition and property name, duration, timing function, and delay. Here you can see the examples. But for now, I will explain it in a very simple and basic way. We can add it here. Transition for all properties and 1 second for the duration. Done. You can see that the font size smoothly animates. Alright, let's make it more fun. Make 3 copies of this and change the durations. Alright. But as you can see, this is not dynamic. So we can put it in regular styles. And we don't need backticks here. We can also put it in the style block for all H1 tags. We can do this for most CSS rules. Now let's implement a rotation effect for this element based on the horizontal mouse position. First, let's create a container element for getting the horizontal mouse position. Alright, here is our container. Let's get the horizontal mouse position. We can use the mouse move directive. And here assign a function to it to handle the mouse movement. And create a ref to hold the degree value. And create the function. With the event parameter. Okay, here update the degree value. Using event dot client x. It actually returns the horizontal position of the mouse pointer. Then simply place the function here. And let me put this here to see the result. Okay, here is the horizontal mouse position. But due to this padding and margin, we are unable to reach a 0-degree rotation. We can remove the padding here. And still we can't. And it because the Stack Blitz browser. Okay, here is the 0. Anyway, let's rotate this using this value. We just need CSS transform rotate. It's very simple. Transform and rotate. We can use any of these. I choose this. Transform and rotate. And similar to what we did before, we can use the degree value, a dollar sign, curly braces, degree, and deg. Perfect. And the transition duration for all CSS properties is half a second. We can separate them. For font size, as you can see, the rotation is not animated and smooth because it does not have a transition property. But we can define a transition for it. Transform. Since the rotation is defined through the transform property. We can define any duration for the transition. And the link to this stack blitz is in the caption.